Customer claims we ruined her son's Christmas because she thought her car would grow. I worked retail at a large sporting goods store around the holidays. My store had a large trampoline for sale of which a customer bought, but quickly found out it was too large to fit in her sedan. No problem. We told her we would put it on hold for her, and she could come back when she found a car to borrow or someone to help her out. This was in early December, and it was common practice for us to put items in the back with a tag saying it is for ex-customer and that she had already paid. Fast forward to a few weeks later, Christmas Eve, around 5:30. Store closes at 6, same customer calls and asks if she can come get her trampoline, but she will be late. Fine, we will be there anyways, closing down. I go to the backstock area only to find someone has sold her trampoline. No big deal. Another store is 15 minutes away with one in stock. I hop in my personal truck, drive to the other store, pick up the trampoline, and head back to the store. Arrive at roughly the same time as the customer. We tell her we can just move it straight from the bed of my truck into her car. Sounds good. Wrong. We go outside to find she is in the same car she came to the store in weeks ago and has her son in the car. Presumably the one who is receiving the trampoline for Christmas. Again, we tell her that this trampoline will not fit in her car. At this point, she is irate that the trampoline is not wrapped for her, not a service we have ever offered or advertised, that it won't fit, and that we have now ruined Christmas for her son because he knows he's getting a trampoline now and he won't have it tomorrow morning. At this time, my store director graciously offers to put the trampoline in his car and drive it to this woman's house that is fairly close by. We don't offer delivery, by the way. She agrees. The rest of this story is now secondhand due to me no longer being there and was told to me by the director at my next shift. So the director drives to her house with this trampoline on Xmas Eve instead of being with his family. He arrives, to which this woman goes inside and shuts the door without offering any instruction or help to my director. He proceeds to stand at the front door and knock for an extended period of time before she opens the door, as if she is bothered that he is there. He tells her that he is just going to put the trampoline outside their garage, which infuriates her because it's not under the tree. He obliges, and by himself gets this trampoline up her front porch stairs and to the door, which he discovers is closed and locked again. He again waits on her to open the door, to which she never does. At this point, he decides that enough has been done to appease this customer and goes on his way to enjoy Christmas Eve with his family. Now, fast forward to the day after Christmas. The next day, the store was open, and who comes marching in? This lady, and she's furious. The director takes her to his office, and she proceeds to scream and throw a fit, demanding a refund because we ruined Christmas for her kid because we were so unaccommodating to her. Apparently, she was mad that he didn't put it under the tree for her. My store director quickly shuts this down, explains what happened, why he left it where he did, and everything we did to make sure she got this trampoline. She's not having any of this, and at this time she is asked to leave the store because of her screaming. She refuses. PD is quickly called, and she is escorted out of the building and, as far as I know of, never seen again at the store. Story 2, I hate garage sales. Many years ago, we moved to another country, so when it was time to decide what we'd be packing into the shipping container, we pulled a lot of stuff to the side, as we knew all of our stuff would not fit in the container. We had a double garage, so we parked the cars in the driveway for over a week and started putting the things we weren't going to take in the garage for sale. Garage sale weekend comes around, and the garage was packed with stuff. There were a lot of baby things that our then 3-year-old no longer needed, including a bouncer, portable cot, stroller, etc. These were all high-end pieces because, like most parents, we were afraid of getting cheap items that put our baby at risk. Plus the other household things like outdoor furniture, tools, bookshelves, crystal sets. You get the picture. We put an ad in the local paper advertising the garage sale and at 7 a.m. There were already people waiting outside. The prices were all reasonable because we wanted to sell everything in the garage, and for the most part, the garage was emptying nicely. The baby items were sitting along one wall when CB comes in. CB: how much for the baby items? Me: the bouncer is $10, the portable cot $40, and the stroller is $20. CB: That's too expensive for old things. I'll give you $10 for the lot. Me, no, these items are all in good condition and the prices are fair. This is when CB slipped up and said, I own a secondhand store and I'm telling you you're asking too much. Me, oh, now I see. You want my stuff for next to nothing so you can make money from my things in your store. You can have all 3 things for $50 or you can leave. CB then proceeds to pick up those 3 items telling me $10 is enough and that's all she's giving me. I told her, unless she had $50 for those things, she could put them down and get out of my garage. She puts them down and informs me that she'll be back in a couple of hours, and when these items are still here, she'll take them all for $5. I told her once again to get out and not come back. The garage sale was wrapping up in the afternoon, and we'd made a decent amount of money selling our old items. There were a few odds and ends left which we planned on giving to our friends. The baby items were still there, so I called my friend, who had recently become a grandmother, if she'd like them. My friend was thrilled, as her son and daughter-in-law both worked, and she'd be looking after her grandchild during the day. This meant she would have her own set of things for the baby in her home, making it easier for her son and DIL. Just as my friend is loading the items in her car, along comes the CB. CB, what are you doing? I wanted those things. Me, too bad they're no longer for sale. CB, how much did you con this poor person for? Me, free? I'm giving them to her. CB, you can't do that. I offered you $10 for them. Me, actually I can. They are still mine, and I can smash them to pieces or give them away. CB, you'd rather give them away than make $10? I wanted them first. You know the rules of selling, first and first served. Me, there's also a thing called paying a fair price, and you refused my price. See ya. I waved goodbye to my friend, and as the CB started to follow me into the garage to see what else was left, I hit the remote to close the door. In the end, my friend wanted to thank us for giving her these baby items, so once our house was all packed up, she invited us over for dinner a few times so we wouldn't have to eat takeout every night. As far as I was concerned, that was a beautiful trade-off. Story 3. CB demands free food after eating his first meal. So, I used to work part-time at an kebab shop down my street. Very nice coworkers. I knew most of our patrons and we had a lot of regulars. Good times, I'd say. We used to have a weekly special, discounted kebabs, so on this days there were a lot of orders, especially in the afternoons. One of those days was the time I met my first IRL CB, I think. CB come in and places his order, I handed him his food, he paid, everything seemed normal enough. After about 15 or so, mine's CB came back in and started complaining. CB, you messed up my order. I want a new kebab ASAP. Me, oh, my apologies. Let me make you a new one ASAP. Would you mind returning your wrong order then? We don't like wasting food. We usually just shared wrong orders, leftovers in our breaks. CB, well, I obviously can't since I ate it all. Me, oh, well, okay, here's your kebab. That would be €350, CB. Well, you messed up my order, so it should be a given that that one is free. Excuse me? This guy finished the entire thing and then had the audacity to ask for a new free one? Me, I'm sorry, but since you finished your meal, I can give you a new free one. CB, you guys are scammers. I will never come back to your shitty place. Me, I'd very much appreciated that. Have a nice day, bud. Then he just dragged his ass out of the store. Well, that's how I got a nice meal for my lunch. My boss saw the whole thing and gave me a break plus a free kebab. Nice. I am still not sure if it was in CB or AITA moment. Still wanted to share the story, though.